So we're doing a new segment, right? Called Phone Call of the Week. And we had a phone call of the week from Reality Check last week. She called in and she had something to say. And yeah, let's get to that real quick. And you guys could check that out. All right, let's go.
Yeah, spending the time.
Can't sleep, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Don't let the bed bugs bite. It's time for Una gets to sleep. Good night. Sleep is the cousin of death. It's like you when you sleep. It's like you hold your breath. Good night.
We're about to take it back.
Chris clearly states that Brian Albert and Brian Higgins arrived together. He also clearly states that they left together. Chris Albert, his brother, says that.
So you're saying they left the waterfall together, him and Brian A?
Correct. According to Chris Albert's testimony, he said they arrived together, which does not fit Brian Higgins' testimony. He said that Brian Albert left before him and he came shortly afterwards. According to Chris Albert's testimony, they came in together and they left together. So if Brian Higgins is doing this sweep of the driveway, that's a lot.
You're rocking with the best.
Bingo. Phone call of the week by Reality Check. She said that that Chris Albert in his testimony walked Higgins and Big Bad Brian A walked out together, which I think she was insinuating. I went back and checked the footy on it. That she was insinuating that Big Bad Brian A and Higgins jumped in the car together. And so which means is the testimony that Higgins said about sweeping the driveway, that would be impossible because Brian A and him were together. And she also said that Chris A said that Big Bad Brian A and Higgins walked in together. And I think Higgins said that Brian A left first and then he followed after. I don't know the significance of that. I guess it's like she got a point. You know, if that is true, they went together and they left the bar together and they jumped in the same whip, him and Higgins. And then Karen got there first, and then, you know, John O jumped out the car and he ran into Brian A and Higgins at the house.
Well, that's what I was gonna say next. If that's the scenario she's going with,
I think so.
Do you think that they would even go in the house? You seen how it played out at the waterfall on the camera. They're not waiting to go in the house. It was on site. As soon as he pulled up, I think they waited for him to pull up. And as soon as he pulled up, that's when it was on. Maybe Brian went in, let the dog out back, and that's how the dog bit him, because it was a fight going on out front. He maybe fell back, hit his head on
But did Karen Reed see it?
Right. That's the only thing. She's the only one that could clarify it. Other than that, we're all going to be speculating on what happened from the time from the waterfall until John O'Keefe passed away. R.I.P. to John O'Keefe.